What's up all you rockin' dudes and dudettes, Toyshiz here, and I got yet another Marvel Power Hour review going for you. This is the Spider-Man Far From Home and the Marvel Avengers Endgame basic figure line featuring a black-suited Steve Ditko Spider-Man and Ant-Man with a pretty rockin' shrinking ability extra. That's pretty cool. I don't exactly know what Spider-Man's got going on, but it was kind of ridiculously 90s Toy Biz. And I've been kind of all about that lately with my videos, so I just kind of picked it up. I was looking for Mysterio, no go, but this is the wave, so I just missed him. Dang it all. Anyways, we're going to take a look. We're going to have some fun. This is the Spider-Man Far From Home and the Avengers Endgame Ant-Man. Let's do this. This is going to be rad. And while I got all you Avengers here, I just want to say thanks so much for checking out my fresh look. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment. Let's talk all things Far From Home and Endgame. And here's the two figures out of their packaging, and let's just get this right out of the way. We know that this is not painted correctly. They had to get something out. Hasbro has to do something, so it's not white. I get it. We're totally going to throw that out. It already loses points in that sense, but it does look okay. Keep in mind, these are the basic figures. They're not going to have that Marvel Legends articulation. But truth be told, I really just bought it because of this shrinking Ant-Man effect, and it's actually a really cool effect. Not to say that Ant-Man is a bad figure, and that's the thing, is that if you didn't want to buy all those Marvel Legends Endgame figures, well, you can basically just, see that the Marvel Legends one isn't all that far off from this one. The body type's a little bit smaller, so if you really wanted to, you could have kind of a designation between body types. You could put Iron Man's head on the Marvel Legends body, and then you would have Ant-Man as sort of the shorter figure. You could go that route. You can kind of see that this Ant-Man helmet is smaller than the Marvel Legends one. Of course, it's not too much smaller, but it is painted differently as well. It's more basic. So if you wanted to, you could have a Scott Lang head and use this as a helmet that he's holding, something to that degree. If you were to use, let's say, Hawkeye, it does kind of detract from the neck. You'd kind of have to put it just above the peg. It actually doesn't look that bad. And like I said, if you didn't want to go the extra route and buy a ton of the Marvel Legends ones for $40 a pop, you're only getting one male buck, you could just buy a couple of these and switch out the head. Here's the female body, the Nebula one, and they actually don't all look that bad together, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, you're going to know that this is articulated less, but if it's on a shelf and you're posing them, no one's really going to know. He even has an open hand on this side, so you could put weapons, his bow and arrow if you wanted to. The options are open if you wanted to go that route. So in that sense, it's not a bad figure to have. Articulation on the figure is basic. He has rotation at the shoulders, nothing at the bicep. He has it at the elbows, and it also twists at the elbows, nothing at the wrists, nothing at the waist. He kicks out, and a big bummer, and something I think that they definitely should have, is articulation at the knees, because sometimes he can be just a little bit wonky to stand. It's not like a quick stand. It's like, okay, I gotta shift the legs a little bit. His accessory, though, is the main draw. I'm going to totally agree. That's actually pretty cool. And because he's kind of shrinking down, you can say that this could be the right suit color. Give it some leeway. But it's very cool to see Scott Lang shrink down. I like this. This is a very fun accessory. This reminds me of good old-fashioned pack-in accessories for back in the day. So for that, Hasbro, A+. Maybe you should wait if you're just going for this effect. Maybe wait till like a clearance, something like that. But I do know a lot of people are wanting this effect. I wanted the effect, and it totally sold me on the figure. Spider-Man, this is a cool figure. Yes, I know the articulation is severely lacking, but this figure is actually a lot of fun. I'm really digging the black and red. I'm looking forward now to getting the Marvel Legends version. This, yeah, a silver spider on the back, that's the only weird part, and it's a little bit chipped in some of the paint applications. Overall, I'm kind of happy with the figure. A very, let's say, first appearance sort of Spider-Man, the red and the black, but and definitely an MCU version to be sure. The articulation is at the head, at the shoulders, nothing at the bicep. Articulation in the elbows. It also twists as well. Nothing in the wrists, kicks out, and that's it. Nothing, of course, in the waist or in the knees. I do actually really like the Spider-Man head. I actually think that's a great sculpted Spider-Man head. Pretty sure that in the new movie costume, he doesn't really have that emphasized of black web lines. He does have them, and let's be honest, I really like those lines in the suit. I like to see the black. That's one of the main complaints that I had for the doppelganger. It's almost the same exact thing. So I really wish that they would put the black lines back. Yes, some people say, well, it gets a little muddled. Well, I'm one of those people where I don't think it's too muddled at all. If you want to see a muddled Spider-Man figure, that is the wrong way to do it. Too much dark with the black. This really light red would actually show up rather nicely. His effect, so amazingly 90s Toy Biz. It's just a web shield. And first of all, I thought this was a magnet. It's not. It's just the screw that kind of keeps this in. So basically all it does is clip onto his wrist, and it does so well. And now he's got this web shield. It's pretty wild. I'm digging that. That's pretty fantastic. These are really two great accessories for two pretty decent figures. If you're a big stickler for articulation, no, this is definitely not going to be the figure for you in either sense. But if you're a dad, mom, going to pick up some toys for yourself and you want to get something for the kiddo, well, there's a better, cheaper solution than getting them a Marvel Legends figure. And if they don't care at the end of the day, well, you can just pop it right into your collection. So in that sense, I do recommend them. I think they're cool. Man, I wish I had that Mysterio figure. I can't wait for the Marvel Legends one. The Doppelganger is cool, and I have not come across any of the other figures as well. So I think in either case, with those parameters I set forth, you're going to be happy with those figures. And then for those of you wondering if the Tom Holland Marvel Legend head fits on the brand new body, it does. It's a little bit tight. Not going to lie. It doesn't exactly situate. You're going to have to really push it on there. So just be careful of that. And it actually doesn't look too bad. It might be considered just a little too big, but for me, it doesn't look too bad at all, to be quite honest with you. And then there's the more recent Marvel Legends one in his yellow coat, and then the Spider-Man from the Iron Man 2-pack. So all these look great. You could use this as your Ant-Man figure. You got Hawkeye with the head on the Ant-Man body with this figure. Iron Man, Nebula in the background. It looks pretty solid to me. I'm very happy. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, you can get the Marvel Legends one if you want eventually. You may want to hold off. It doesn't come with the Molten Man Build-A-Figure piece. So why not just go for the less articulated one? I mean, for those of you that take photos, yeah, you're definitely not going to go for this, as I have said. But for those that really just you know what? I need a Spider-Man from the new Far From Home in my collection right now. Well, think about it. So, what do you guys think about these two figures? What do you think about this whole setup? Comment below, let me know. Let's talk all things Marvel and Hasbro. I want to know your thoughts. I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, if Jake Gyllenhaal, Mysterio, turns out to be the futuristic version of Peter Parker, I am out. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.